Is here on 9 News Watch for a detailed look at your Colorado weather forecast. Meteorologist Chris Bianchi start things out by taking a look here from Lookout Mountain off to the east, or looks like should say this is from downtown looking off towards the west, from the Four Seasons downtown looking off towards the west, and you got some of that cloud cover in place. This could lead to a little bit in the way of activity later on this afternoon, this evening. 90% of us are going to stay dry. There's just an isolated shower or storm chance later on this afternoon. We got a weak little system dropping its way on by. The biggest thing you'll probably notice will be that increased cloud cover and those winds about 14 miles an hour. So that's been something we've been noting as well, is that it is a bit on the breezy side this afternoon. Again, we're not looking at crazy high winds, maybe a max of 30 miles an hour in eastern Colorado, but I think most of us should be 20 miles an hour or under, just a bit on the breezy side. Just keep that in mind. Now, for those details in terms of that overall forecast, isolated storm for today. Again, very, very isolated. I think 90% of us are dry. Best chances would be west and south of the city, so that'd be the foothills and the Palmer Divide. But again, even there, those chances are pretty slim. The week continues to stay on the warm side. It's next week, and I'll show you a little fun map here, at least if you like snow. I'll show you a fun snow map here in the next few minutes. But next week is when things go back to feeling a bit more like October. Until then, this is more September-like, right? Temperatures are running about 10 degrees above where they should be for this time of year, with a lot of 70s for us already as of noon along the eastern plains. The mountains, 50s and 60s for us primarily. A bit more cloud cover in the mountains, so compared to average, we'll actually be a bit closer to average here into the mountains with those mid to upper 50s. Again, we got more cloud cover and a better chance for a shower storm out here west of the divide. So that's why, again, you're seeing those cooler temperatures out this way, combined with the altitude, and then the eastern plains. That's where you're looking at some of those highs. 86 Lamar, how about that? 84 Yuma, 85 Sterling, 78 Colorado Springs. Now here's a look at that weak system spinning its way through Colorado. Again, seeing a very isolated shower, high elevation snowflake, very high elevation snowflake for us, or two. Otherwise, we should be mostly on the clear and calm side as we head through the remainder of your Wednesday, October the 6th, with some of those isolated. Again, look at this. You can basically count one hand the amount of dots that we got here, indicating those showers and rumbles of thunder across the state as we get to this afternoon and early this evening. And then that clears on out of here, and then we'll see a bit more cloud cover into southwestern Colorado as we get into tomorrow. But a closer look in here at the Front Range. I'll step out of the way so you can take a look. That's it. That one little green dot east of DIA out to southern Weld County and southwestern Morgan County. That's it. That is our one green dot to which to show you. Long story short here, folks, again, I'm going to leave that chance for an isolated storm or two in there just in case, but I'd say, you know what, let's bump it up to 95% of us will be dry for this afternoon and this evening. One of us might get a storm. That is about it. You'll notice the increased cloud cover, and then we clear things on out of here pretty quickly as we get later on through this afternoon into early this evening. Tonight, temperatures once again open up those windows. It'll be kind of summer during the day and fall at night. Drop back into the upper 40s tonight with that breeze still kind of hanging a little bit, 5 to 15 miles an hour, maybe a little calmer this evening compared to what we're seeing throughout the day today. Tomorrow, temperatures upper 70s once again. Sunrise 7 a.m. How about that? That breeze still around 5 to 15 miles an hour out of the southeast. And tomorrow, even lesser of a shower storm chance. I'm not going to even put in a storm chance for us here in Denver for tomorrow. We'll be dry for your day tomorrow. It's far western Colorado, really from, again, the divide and really kind of Vail Pass on west, where there's a slight chance for a shower, but even out here into the San Juans, into the flat tops, into the western slope, we are looking at a pretty slim chance for a shower for our friends in western Colorado. Now, the bigger system and the thing to really kind of pay attention to is this cold front. Once it sweeps its way on through this weekend, late Friday, early Saturday, that is what's going to bring trouble if you like the summer or warmer weather, or if you like winter. Here's one computer forecast model. Don't take this as a bank or anything like that, but here's an idea of what we could be looking at as we get into next week, is the potential for some fairly hefty mountain snow. I think that's safe to say at this point, and since I have a bit more time here on the detailed Colorado weather forecast, there's pretty good indications that the mountains are going to get a decent amount of snow next week. So I know, I can hear your cheers, ski country. You guys are all thrilled about this. I'm a big skier myself, so yay, we're all happy about that. Denver, Front Range, not yet. Our average, by the way, first measurable snowfall in Denver is October the 18th. So we're right around the time of year where if we were to see a snowflake or two in Denver, that's not out of the question, and can't rule it out. Places where you might see some of that wet snow, 7,000 feet or above. So we're talking those usual spots, western Jeffco, Clear Creek County, Park County. Again, 7,000 feet or above is where you got the chance for seeing some of that wet snowfall. But the mountains, especially the northern mountains, so the Medicine Bow Range, the Yampa Valley on north here, so Steamboat could be in line for several inches of snow next week. And also notice some of that snow for us into the San Juans. Something to watch out for. This would probably be Sunday night and through Wednesday. That's what it looks like right now. We do see a couple of rounds of snow potentially en route for us. But again, long ways to go here, folks. We could see much cooler temperatures here in Denver as well. In fact, I'll step out of the way here so you can take a look at that 7-day forecast. Of course, this is for Denver. Notice Wednesday, a low getting down to the upper 30s. Another thing to watch out for is tomorrow. Thursday marks Denver's average first freeze. So temperatures dropping down to the low 30s. Normally, the growing season ends right around this time of year. It will continue through the weekend. You don't have to worry about frost or freeze concerns through the weekend and into the early part of next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, if you've got a free weekend, this might be a good weekend to take care of your vegetation, to harvest the garden, to make sure that your pipes are all protected for the upcoming winter season, because we could be very well looking at maybe even temperatures a little bit cooler than what I'm showing you here. This is a fairly conservative estimate in terms of what I'm expecting for next week, mid to upper 30s. So again, get those winter preparations done this weekend, because by next week, we'll be getting close to that point where we're right around the low to mid 30s for those overnight lows. So we're getting closer and closer to the end of our growing season. Again, that means time to start kind of winterizing your home for the upcoming season, which here in Colorado can last, May, sometimes even June. So yeah, get ready for that. Meantime, this weekend, we do have some showers around both days. Pretty isolated stuff. I would kind of give a slight lean to Sunday being a bit wetter than Saturday, but I think both days you'll be able to get some activities done. If you want to get some of that late leaf peeping in, I think the weekend should be okay for that. And by the way, no real big systems that are moving their way out through the mountains this weekend, so those leaves should be mostly intact still, even in some of those typical spots. And I know it's a little late in the season for us to be talking about leaf peeping, but yes, that is certainly still in line. I'll step out of the way and take a look at some of those questions that you might have and go back to our 7-day forecast. But again, take a closer look in at some of those comments, questions that you might have for us here. And I appreciate those of you writing in here on Facebook Live. And Holly writing in, bring me the snow. That snow, again, probably not too far off at this point. Dexter writing, where's my snow at, Chris? Dexter, let's go back to that map here for a quick second. There's a look at that map where, again, the mountains will be in line for a bit of that snow. Again, I think the main time frame would be kind of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, where we do see some of that snowfall starting to pile on up. Here in Denver and along the Front Range, I don't think we're looking at anything, maybe a chance for some wet snowflakes down to maybe 6,000 feet, but I'm not too impressed with what we're seeing for the Front Range. That can change. We're still a ways out here, folks. It's Wednesday. We're talking about next Wednesday. And I probably don't have to tell you, if you've followed Colorado weather for some time here, predicting the weather here in Colorado a day or two out can be a little challenging. So 7 days out, yeah, so just keep in mind, things can change. They often will change. So again, when we're showing you the snow map, do not exactly take 8.4 inches in Grand Lake. I assure you that number will adjust, but just to give you an idea, a general idea of what we could be looking at. So there's a couple of those comments and those questions. Appreciate you all for writing on in and for joining me here on Facebook Live and on 9 News Watch for a detailed look at the Colorado weather forecast. I'll step out of the way and leave you with this. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.